Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome back to Tuesday AM.
It's awesome to be here with you, Chelsea, on this wonderful Tuesday morning that has actually got sunshine.
It's beautiful outside.
We are absolutely fabulous. So I hope everyone enjoyed the long weekend. And how are you, Chelsea? Are you doing okay?
I'm doing fabulous, thank you. I got a lot of rest this weekend and some sewing time in.
That is fabulous. Yeah, I actually got to catch a movie, which was great.
Oh,
So that was
awesome.
fun. Yeah, it was a good long weekend. All right, everybody. Today on Tuesday AM, we are going to continue with our wonky log cabin that we had pieced and then quilted, and now we're going to finish it with a binding. So, of course, on previous Wacky Wednesdays, I talked about binding. This is the regular straight binding where we take strips and do 45-degree sewings to connect them and then join them, and then we put it on and stitch it down. So this was my binding my way, which was a video you can see on YouTube or Facebook. And the one that Chelsea's holding up was the other way we did it, and that was with the bias binding. So it was cut on the bias so it has stretch to make the circle. Now, Chelsea, tell me about what you did with the bias binding.
Oh, I did a continuous bias binding video. So instead of cutting a whole bunch of strips and then sewing them together, because that's not super fun in my life. It's not my favorite. So I love it when I can do continuous. So I sewed, I think, 3 seams. And then I drew some lines and cut it with a pair of scissors. And I know one of my friends, Carol, has been watching that video, and she's been making a bunch of bias binding out.
Isn't that wonderful? So if you're in the mood for looking, we have binding my way, binding the other way, and binding the Chelsea way. Yay! So anyways, we are not actually going to bind this way at all. None of these ways. So Chelsea, tell me what we're going to do today.
We're going to do a very simple binding with a serger. So we are going to overlock our edges to make a nice and tidy little binding.
That looks really sweet. And I really like the choice of your colors that you did. We did it in variegated to multi-different colors on our serger.
4 different spools of thread. I was really having fun.
Yes.
And it's isocord thread. So it's shiny and it's beautiful. And if I have to do a little bit of a bleaching, because maybe I make my mug mat messy, it's Isocord's bleach safe. So
bleach safe, that's wonderful. It doesn't run. Like, I know that we have a little trouble with the rayon that gives a little color, so you have to be careful. But this Isocord is magic thread. I'm gonna call it magic thread.
I like it, Sandy. Okay. Magic thread.
So we are going to, I get to use it. It's so much fun. I get to use the Bernina L460 serger today, and it is a 4-thread serger set up for us to do serging. And we're going to do something neat you showed me. I'm just so excited about it. Okay, so here we go. Let's start our serging of our block. What do we do first, Chelsea?
Let me switch our camera angle here.
Okay.
So here I have our beautifully quilted block. And I haven't trimmed it up yet, but we're going to trim it up. Get the scissors out of the way. And what I'm going to do, because we did run a nice stay stitch around the outside edge, I'm just going to trim it 1/4 of an inch away from that.
Okay, perfect. Okay, sort of like we would, okay. Okay, I don't do this. This is really cool. Chelsea's teaching me a brand new way to do a little binding on our edge, and she is just brilliant. I just think this is so cool.
Sandy, you are also very brilliant.
Yeah,
I love doing Facebooks with you. It's quite fun.
I like doing Facebooks with you too. I always learn lots. You're right. Okay. But I've only done, there is a new owner's class for sergers. So I was able to use the Bernina L450 when I did the class, but we didn't do anything sneaky like this. I can't wait.
So the interesting thing about serging is when you finish your serged edge, you take your little tails and you'll fish them through all your extra stuff.
Good, so that finishes and
so it'll finish it off. But I don't know about you, but I have 4 corners here, and I don't want to do that 4 times.
I think you got to watch Chelsea's way of doing this. This is really cool.
So I'm just going to go in and I'm going to nip into my seam allowance here. by about 2 inches,
Okay, so we're gonna have
roughly.
a little, that's cool.
And I'm going to do that on each side.
Okay, so we're gonna give it little tails.
Yep.
Okay.
There's a method to the madness, I promise. It looks
Well,
really
I don't know.
strange.
This has been a crazy wonky block, so you know this is a crazy wonky way of
All right.
finishing it.
So I did that on all 4 corners. And now we are going to go over to the serger with Sandy.
Okay, I'm gonna slide over into the spot. Got the camera.
All right.
All right. So Chelsea, walk me through this.
Okay, so you are going to start by sticking your project underneath your foot. And this will look very similar to how you start a regular serge.
Regular serging.
Except we have that first little bit trimmed for us. So
Okay.
we're just going to snug that right up against our blade.
Okay, got it up against the blade.
And then we can lower our foot.
Lowering our foot.
And we can start stitching down the side.
Okay.
Now the trick is we are going to stop with our needles down 1 stitch off the edge.
Okay.
So that's how we're going to end.
I will do my best. Okay, so here we go. We're serging. We're cutting off that little bit of binding edge. Okay, getting close to the end.
Okay.
Not quite close to the end.
And on this machine, we actually have a back kick that we can use to put our needles down.
Needles are down.
Beautiful job, Sandy. So now what you're going to do first is you're going to use your rolled hem lever and you're going to slide it. And that's going to move your stitch finger out of the way. Now we'll lift up our presser foot.
Brilliant. Okay.
And we are going to rotate that around to the front of our foot and snug that cut edge right against our blade.
Do we?
Now we'll move our rolled hem lever back again because we need that stitch finger. And now you can stitch again.
All right. This is so cool.
That's looking really beautiful,
That's
Sandy.
looking really nice. Okay, as I get to the corner.
Okay. And then 1 stitch off. And needles down. That's okay.
Okay.
All right, rolled hem lever first.
Rolled hem lever first.
Presser foot up.
Presser foot up.
Rotate 90 degrees.
Tuck it up against my needle.
Okay.
My bar there.
Presser foot down.
Presser foot down.
Rolled hem lever back to position.
Back in position.
There we go. Now stitch
And
down.
stitch. That is really cool. We're not leaving anything out on the edge at all, Chels.
Yeah, it's
That's
going to be
really
nice
cool.
and tidy. And
And
needles
then
down.
plate. That's one thing I like this. You can plate it down.
Rolled hem lever
Rolled hem
first.
first.
Presser foot.
Foot up.
Rotate.
Rotate. Just give it a little tight, a little tuggy. Okay, this guy has to come out of the way. That's what it is.
There
Don't
we
forget
go.
to fish that little tail out of the way.
Yeah, you don't want to get that tangled. Now foot down.
Foot down.
And then rolled hem lever.
Rolled hem lever.
All right, now we're
and
just going to stitch.
we're just gonna stitch.
And is this our last edge there, Sandy?
Yes, this
That's
is
pretty
our
quick.
last edge, so I'm not going to do what I did last time. I'm actually going to just go sailing right off the end
Yep.
and make a big tail.
We're going to make a huge tail.
Huge,
So-
big tail.
This tail that Sandy's making is the only tail that actually has to be fished through.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm going to send some
And I
scissors
won't
over.
do what I did last time. I cut it right up here last time, and now, because we got to bury this. So I'm going to cut it here.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Good job, Sandy.
Thanks, Chelsea. All right, so
looks
here
beautiful.
it is. Okay.
All right, so let's switch to our top camera. So now our beautiful little project is complete. All we have to do is fish these little tails underneath our serging. So let me find a little needle and let's see if I can thread this today.
Okay, don't make her nervous. Don't look at her threading.
It's a little bit easier if you grab a needle threader.
Yes, I imagine, because you've got a few ends that you have to tuck in, don't you?
Yeah, I have 4 tails here, so we'll just see if we can get this threaded today.
If we can't, you know what we're doing. We're threading the needle with the 4 threads off the serger, and then we're just going to pull it back through the serging seam, I imagine, on the back side so you can't see it.
Yep.
And then our little mat will be all completed. I think that's awesome, Chels.
There we go.
Okay,
Almost
she's
there.
almost got it. Almost got it. Oh, she did it.
Fantastic.
Look at this.
So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to find which way it's coming. It looks like Sandy stitched off this way. So I'll just pass it right back up through there. And you could tuck it a little bit underneath here as well. And I'm just going to make sure my threads aren't popping through the top. So I'm
Yep.
checking for where my needle is.
Okay, perfect.
We'll finish that push through. And then we'll just pull it right through. Unthread my needle. Or it's kind of stuck because I shoved a lot through there. There we go. And I'll
Scissors?
just give it a little trim.
All right.
Or not. Maybe I won't crim it.
Perfect.
Fantastic. There we go. We have 2 cute mug mouths
There they are.
for our cups.
I love it.
Those are really fun to make,
That
Sandy.
was a great set of 3 videos. So if you didn't catch it from the beginning, please go back and look for our wonky log cabin. And then we did quilting that wonky log cabin.
We did that with 2 different brother walking feet.
So it was called Brother Walking Feet.
Yeah.
So we had a little bit of a dual.
It was a dual.
Walking pieces. And our suggestion was the dynamic walking foot. It seemed to be the best.
It's
the
pretty
quietest
fabulous.
and smooth. It was
Yep.
beautiful.
And you can stitch backwards.
Yeah.
Which is excellent.
It's excellent. And then today, of course, serging off that edge, another way to bind things we did the Bernina L460 because it's a little stitch finger comes in and out so we can move it very well. I really enjoyed that. I have
really
learned
fun.
so much from you so far for the first 3 of our AM shows. So
Well, I can't wait till next week where I get to learn a little something, something. I'm excited.
We're going to do a little something next week, which should be lots of fun. Okay, so that's great. So I just wanted to bring you up to date with what's happening at my sewing room this week. Chelsea put out a lovely thing on our newsletter that lists all of our Facebook and YouTube topics for this week.
Yep.
So Wednesday, you've got Wacky Wednesday with Sandy, and we've been following the wedding season. So tomorrow is something old.
Oh,
Ooh.
fun.
And I'm not talking just about me. But anyways, okay. And then Thursday, you have Tech Talk with
Chelsea and Cliff.
That's fabulous. So we'll have another update of something fun that
I can't wait. I
can
think we're
learn.
doing something on a brother.
Ooh,
And I have a brother at home, so I'm very excited.
a good learning moment, isn't it? And then on Friday, just for fun, Chelsea and I are going to give you a very short Facebook Friday afternoon at 4:15. It's an update to Heritage Park. And you go,
Yay!
Heritage Park? What's going on at Heritage Park?
Well, Sandy, it's the Festival of Quilts this weekend on the 25th and 26th.
I think that's marvelous. And I'd like to say that we will be there. We have a booth. We will not be selling anything, but we will be showing you what we offer at the store. And myself and Betty are there on Saturday.
And me and Rennie are there on Sunday.
Perfect. So we'll be there to greet you. Now that you know who Rennie is, you know Chelsea and myself, you know Betty. So we'll be there to help you with anything you want to know about my sewing room. Please join us, stop by, say hello. We've got a little something for you guys if you stop to talk to us. So please do that. So besides that, of course, Heritage Park is a great quilt show. I'm hoping that the weather's going to be good, but I'm not sure, which means then the quilts may not be hung outside, but they may be inside the building. So you'll have to have a really good look around and check it all out. And I know for a fact that there are some people, no names mentioned, that have quilts in the show, and I think it would be fun if you could find them.
Yeah, that would be a fun hunt.
Yeah, find the quilts.
Find the
Was
quilts.
there a topic that we did that you guys were working on?
They did wilderness.
Wilderness.
Yeah.
Wilderness. So look for wilderness quilts. That seems very appropriate for Heritage Park and the old Wild West, eh? Yeah, I think
The
that's
Wild
great.
West,
The
yeah.
old Wild West. Okay, so other things that are happening at my sewing room this week, we have social sewing.
Yeah, that starts today.
That's wonderful. And it is running today, the 21st through to the 31st. If you want to come and just use our facilities where we've got the big irons, you've got lots of table space, you've got room, you can bring your friend and just have a relaxing day of sewing. It's $10. Plus, you get a coupon back for $10, so you can buy something with your $10 after that.
That's
as well.
pretty great.
I think that's great. So we're here all week for that. Sign up and get registered, because once the spots are filled, that's it. There's only 16. So please sign up at the store. Give us a call and let us know, or drop in and get signed up. The other thing that's going on this week, Chelsea, is...
Oh no, Sandy, are you talking about the fabric sale?
It's a fabric sale. Awesome.
That's
I think
exciting.
It's very exciting.
20% off our fabric by the meter. You notice how I just said fabric.
Fabric.
Just fabric.
Just
So
fabric.
I'm talking quilting cotton. I'm talking knits. I'm talking minky. I'm talking linens.
Yes.
Wide backs.
Wide backs. So a variety of different types of fabrics. Plus, I heard not only was it just the regular priced ones.
Also, our clearance is an extra 20% off.
Isn't that fabulous? Because it was 15. We're going to give you another 20. That is a great deal on that. That is super.
70% off there, Sandy. That's a lot.
Not only that, but this is on a 1/2 meter cut. We won't be cutting any fat quarters, but pre-existing single fat quarters that are in our fat quarter shelf are on sale as well.
Yep.
Plus, Chelsea, I heard that Fern has got some special bundles set aside where the bundles will be on 20% off.
That's excellent.
She's got them in a special area, so you'll know which ones it applies to. It doesn't apply to all of the bundles in the store, just certain ones that we had that we'd like to share with you. Oh, I can't wait. And
That was exciting.
That's very exciting. So that sale goes from the 21st to the 26th. So it ends on Sunday, and it's online and in store.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's awesome. All right.
That's exciting.
Anything else? I think that's it. That tells you what we're doing on Facebook, YouTube. It tells you what we're doing in the store for this week. Oh,
We forgot the most exciting one. I'm glad you wrote it down.
oh, I'm glad we did too, because I would have missed this. So what else is happening May 21st to the 31st?
Well, you know how we have sewing machines.
Yes.
And you
Lots
know
of-
how we always charge GST on sewing machines?
Yes, I heard we do.
So
Yeah.
we're doing a Save the GST sale on
Sweet.
not just our regular price sewing machines, not on our sale sewing machines, not our used almost sewing machines. It's all sewing machines.
Isn't that
Everything
cool?
we carry, Save the GST.
Save the GST. So that's 5% off.
Literally, you see the
Yep.
price on the sticker, that's what you're paying today.
Yeah. And we'll look after the GST. That's fabulous. All right. I think that is really cool. So we've got lots of things happening at the store this week and next, and a big show coming up this weekend at Heritage Park, plus all of our Facebooks this weekend, next week. So very good.
So
I
excited.
love it. All right, Chelsea.
All right, Sandy.
That's it for Tuesday AM. See you on Tuesday next week.
Have a great week, everyone.
Bye.